How are you? Well, it's only 9:30. I usually try to shower around 10 and I haven't been able to sleep but maybe 4 hours a night. So I'm trying to stay up later so I'll be really tired when I get there. Hello. Yes, I'm doing good. No, it's an hour earlier. It's 9:30. You're 10:30, aren't you, Paula? Yeah. Yeah, I'm in Texas. I don't know how to say your name. Oh, Um, I'm gonna mess it up. Lahiru. I don't know how to say that. Hello. I see AC. I don't know how to say that either. Yes, it's later where you are. Do you have a channel, Ace or AC? I don't know how you say that. Did you see that bird feather go by? It wasn't a comet. I found one of my parrots a new home today. Lorelei, hello. I think it is from Sally's Live. Oh, that must be one of those. I don't know what they're called. It's an automated thing, right, Paula? Lahiru. That's what I'm thinking. Yes, I did. Um, I've had him. I had him for 5 years. He was very sweet bird. He is a sweet bird. He went to a family with a 12-year-old girl and a 9-year-old boy, and they live in Midland, Texas, about 4.5 hours from here. Thank you, Rick. I watched you too. It's just Ace like a card, and I don't have a channel actually. Okay. I had a total of 3. I have a little parakeet that's really old. She doesn't even like to come out of her cage much anymore. And I have a blue-headed Pionus. This is what she looks like. She's the she's actually all blue on her head though. But the other one was an Indian ringneck, and he was a talker. And he I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but there's 3 people that live here, and um, the bird was flying on a shoulder, and doors were being opened, and it was annoying. So I put an ad up about 6 weeks ago, and I found a fantastic family for him, and he went with a bunch of great stuff. Big rolling stand and his big bird cage and 2 boxes of toys and food, and I made him fresh food before they left today, and he was really happy, which I was happy for. I have a conure parrot in my neighborhood, and no one has posted that they lost him. Oh no, Lorelei, are you taking care of him or one of your neighbors? I feel like this monitor is too far off to the right because I'm looking over to read. Um, Paula, only one bird went to the new home, the talking one. And as soon as he saw the little girl, the 12-year-old, he was in a carrier, and he's like, "What are you doing? Tickle, 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 peekaboo." And he was going through his whole vocabulary. Oh, you can't catch him? Oh, well, hopefully he can survive out there, because I know the domesticated ones don't have much chance with those wild birds. Oh, thanks, Ace. This here, I looked up, that's what I got this for was my videos. I looked up Tiffany lamps, which are very expensive. And this is oh shoot, Paula, I can't think what it's called. You might remember. Um, the girl in Alaska, Jennifer, can't think of her channel name. Introvert in Alaska, maybe. She has a bunch of these lamps. I didn't even know they made them that big. They like come up and then they hang like all different. They're so pretty. Turkish. That's what they are. They're Turkish. And they are a lot less expensive than the Tiffany lamps are. This one was $26. Oh, you're allergic to birds, Lorelei? Yeah, I wonder if the if animal control would take him. We had a parrot, a talking parrot years ago when my kids were young, and one of their friends came over and it was standing on her finger, and she was a teenager. She should have known better. She walked outside with it and he just flew off. And he was at the dog pound. And I called to see if that's where he was, and they said he was there. And they said, but I'm going to warn you, everybody that's walked in here has said it's their bird. And one of his favorite foods was apples. So I brought an apple with me. My husband suggested that. I walked in. He's like, apple? And I was like, okay, it's your bird. Sebro, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm out of that loop, I guess. I'm sorry. Lorelei contacted a parrot rescue lady. They just tell me to catch him. He won't survive our weather here. It's already getting cool at night. The only thing I know how to do is, and you probably don't have one, but is to put a bird cage outside with the door open and food and water inside. And if they are used to living in a house, then they will likely go into it. Oh, we were talking about birds, and I thought you meant the Amazon, not Amazon. It'll go back up. They always do. At least that's what my husband says. He does all the stock stuff. Do you have a bird cage, Lorelei? There's 9 people here. I think that's the most I've ever had, and I've got 5 likes. Thank you. Oh, Lorelei, you are so sweet. Hey, you might want to call your animal rescue and ask them if you can borrow one. I know I borrowed many years ago a possum, or it was an animal trap for a possum, and I just had to sign that I would bring it back, and that worked. Or maybe there's a cheap one on Facebook Marketplace. Yes, Mike, they are. They have to have a lot of interaction and a lot of free time to fly in the house. Mine go outside during the day, not like all day. They have a separate cage out there, and they get misted and they get a little bit of sunshine and fresh air, and then they come in and they play. And I like my birds to be out if I'm home. And now that I'm retired, they can be out a lot more. Lorelei has lots of wildlife all over here. You're in a suburban area. Yeah. So there's a bobcat out here somewhere. Large cages only. Yes. I have it's 32 or 34 wide. And that's what's best for them is the width. But I have a stainless steel cage I'm picking up on Thursday night. And those are really expensive. Lorelei, I grew up in a farm, and I have more wildlife here than I did on 20 acres. Yeah, we don't have a lot of wildlife, but as the community grows, then the animals have to move around. We have a local park that's I don't know, 4 or 5 houses away, and there's a lot of ducks and geese at that park. And egrets and crows. I even see barn swallows out there. I haven't seen them for a while, but they're so itty bitty and they're always in a little, I don't know if they call them flocks or murders or what they call the group of barn swallows. Mike says, I wonder what kind of diet most birds eat when they're pets. Well, it depends on what kind of bird it is. If it's just your typical, like parakeet, cockatiel, or I forgot what kind of bird she said that was, conure, or my Indian ringneck, they make different kinds of pellets for them. And they also, they have some seed, but they do really well on fresh vegetables and then some grains that are cooked for them. And that's what I give them daily is fresh cooked grains and they call it chop, but it's like 4, 5, 6 different kinds of vegetables and maybe a little bit of fruit. But then if you get into the eclectus, they can only eat fruit. I mean, that's their main staple. And then of course you get the toucans, and I mean, they all have different diets, but your standard house birds are pellets, seeds, and fresh stuff. Lorelei says, right now we're caring for a woodchuck and baby rabbits. We have a family of raccoons in the backyard, and now a turkey family comes every morning at dusk to eat. Oh my goodness. Do you ever videotape them coming to eat? The rabbits are kind of hard. They're very skittish, but I imagine the turkeys come right up. And raccoons are pretty brave too. Should I put fruit in the cage for the conure? Probably, you'd have to take it out when it went bad. I would put some bird seed because I think all of them like the bird seed, and that's really fattening. And even if the bird goes in and goes back out, the seed will probably generate more body heat for him or her. Yes, Mike, they can be, but if the bird is big enough, I've seen birds really show a cat a thing or two about swapping with the paw and so on. They get a good hold on that. Years ago, I had a friend that had a house way out in the country with big wraparound porch, and they had this big parrot that was macaw, and the bird was over 100 years old. It had just been passed on through the family, and it had this big cage on the porch, and this bird would go, here, kitty, 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 and these, wild barn cats would come up, and they'd stick their paw through, and the bird would bite it. Yeah, I mean, the bigger birds can be pretty nasty. We don't have any cats. Hi, Rhonda. You're welcome, Lorelei. Thank you for trying to save the bird. I really appreciate that. Birds are kind of like cats. Things are on their terms, but I really, really like them. Oh, and there's Debbie Sue. I knew you'd be here, Debbie. What do you do? Have an alarm on your YouTube lives? Because you are on every one of them I'm on. Lorelei says, my parents have musk turtles and they will be 25 years old. Mom is throwing a B-Day party for them. Oh my gosh. I don't know what a musk turtle is. I know the difference between a turtle and a tortoise. But I'm going to look that up. I'm going to see what they look like. Oh, they're cute. Maybe this one's a baby. Their shell is really cute. And it's got, look how big the, I don't know if you call those scales, but the pattern on the back, they're very large for the size of that turtle. Very cute. We'll tell them happy birthday. Native to New England. They know us and actually beg for treats. Oh my goodness. I remember there was somebody on YouTube years ago that had a big, I think it was a tortoise, but I mean, the thing was massive, and they would feed it outside on the patio, and it had, was eating like huge pieces of carrot and lettuce and all kinds of vegetables. My dad found them in the parking lot. They were the size of a quarter. Oh my gosh. Now, do they go down? Do they burrow down in the dirt in the wintertime and just kind of stay down there, or are they up all year round? Do any of you have fish aquariums? I used to really be into fish aquariums. I had salt water, brackish water, and fresh water. A lot of fun. We had rats, mice, snakes, bearded dragons, Mastics. They live in half water, but they like being up on their bridge in their aquarium. Okay, so they kind of live like the red-eared sliders then. I think that's what they're called. Where they're very aquatic. Okay. I know the turtles can be a problem at the parks where there's the baby ducks, because they'll be just, swimming along, and all of a sudden one's gone under the water and a turtle grabbed it. Turtles, those red-eared sliders, are very, very messy. They, their water needs to be changed a lot. We take them out to walk in the grass and in the house. Oh my gosh. So do they eat every day, or are they like snakes where they just eat, like every few days or once a week? I'm asking because do they poop in the house when they come in? Or do they have turtle diapers like they have chicken diapers? Oh, they eat every day. Okay. And they change the water often. Is there 2 of them? That's so cute when they know people. I mean, it makes sense, but you just don't think of a turtle like knowing a person, but of course they would. Okay, 2 of them. That's sweet. Are they? They're intelligent. Okay. My daughter used to have a pet pig, a potbelly pig, and he's pretty smart. I mean, it reminded me a lot of a dog. And she told me, Huck, that was his name. Well, he's still alive. He's with an ex-boyfriend of hers now. He could hold his pee for 19 hours. But it was a long pee when he got outside. You love potbellies? Yeah, this guy was, he was something else. He would do anything for like sweet berries and stuff like that. Yes, they are. They are. And when they are little, they are so, 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 so cute. When my daughter was in college, she had left home and came back and decided to go back to college in her early 20s. And that's when she got her pig, when she was living with us. He was just little, like this. And he was so cute. He was pink with little black spots. And he had mites when we got him. So we had to have this special shampoo used on him. And he had to have an injection of, I can't remember what it was called. If you have farm animals, you'll know what it is. Ivermectin or something like that. Anyway, I was giving him a bath, and I put him because you have to leave the shampoo on him for a little bit, and he gets cold. He was shaking. I rinsed him off, and I put him on the rug in front of the stove on the kitchen floor. And all of a sudden, he just fell over on his side with his legs straight out in front of him, and he just started peeing. And my daughter had come home sick from school that day. I don't know if I said that. She was laying down and I wrapped him up in a towel and I'm bawling my eyes out. And I was like, I think I killed him. I killed him. And she started like, rubbing him with the towel and stuff. And he started feeling better. And she's like, he's just cold. He's fine. My neighbor has a pot-belly pig and lets him lay out in the yard. This pig is huge. Yeah, this pig was in the house, and I think he probably weighs at least 150 pounds. Lorelei says, we have to peel the grapes for the turtles. They cannot have skins, hard to digest. Really? Peeling a grape. Well, at least you know that. Oh, Lorelei, they have piggy Pampers. You mean the turtles are wearing piggy Pampers, or are you talking about piggy Pampers for pigs? Yes, he does, Lorelei. He really does. And it's really hard for me sometimes because my daughter was into snakes and I just can't do it. Lizards are fine. If they've got the legs and the tail, I'm fine because the lizards have the same eyes as a snake, but the snake is just, I'm scared of them. No, for pigs. Okay. I don't know that past Huck being a baby and being house trained that he peed in the house. He was really good. He would go over if she didn't lock the patio door and he would knock it open and just go out and go to the bathroom. Well, if it was cold or hot, he didn't ever close the door, but at least he went outside. Yeah, I feel bad for snakes that I don't like them, but I just don't. They just really scare me. I like rats, mice, gerbils, guinea pigs, hamsters. I like all the rodents. Actually, I think rats are the nicest of all the rodents. I used to have pet rats. The last ones I had was in my early 20s, and there was 2 males, and they were Fred and Barney from the Flintstones. If you guys want to go, you can let me know because I don't have a problem with that. I've got 4 people left. It has been 22 minutes, almost 23. I don't want to keep anybody here. My sister had a Chinese silky chicken, and he is litter box trained and sleeps in her bed on his own pillow. Oh my goodness. My sister lives in Oregon and she has chickens, and she has one. I think it's a silky, and it's in the house. I don't think it sleeps in the bed with her. I think it sleeps in a plastic box in the kitchen. But like when they thought the tsunami was coming a few weeks ago, that chicken was under her arm when they evacuated. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think if we just give animals a chance, they'll give us so much back, but um, it sometimes takes longer with other animals. We're used to dogs and cats and, horses and cattle and stuff like that. Oh my gosh. The chicken watches TV. Oh, wait, he sits in her hair to watch TV. So it must be a smaller chicken, not like I'm thinking like a 5 or 6 pound chicken. It must be like 2 or 3 pounds because there's not a lot of room up there for a chicken. Can you imagine if she was like short enough to drive around town and she's got a chicken on her head, all the looks she would get? Little, oh my gosh. Does he ride the car too? Well, it's a girl probably, right? It's a little hen. My daughter worked with a lady that had pet chickens, and she had a few that she let in the house when she got home from work, and she had a window over her sink in the kitchen, and they would come up and peck on the window and then jump down and run to the door because she would let them in. But I don't think they stayed in the house. I think they stayed outside, but they came in after work. Oh, he's a male. So does he have the big rooster stuff on his head and under his beak? Oh my gosh. No, okay. Okay. Because I think of, male chickens being roosters with all the red stuff on them. So is he supposed to live a long time? Because I know some chickens, like the ones that they breed for food, they don't keep them alive very long. It's like less than a year, 6 or 8 months or something. And then other chickens are for eggs, and I think that those live longer. Look up what they look like. He has a huge tuft. Okay, like he's wearing a little wig. Silky. Oh my gosh. So I've seen a gray one and a white one and a yellow one. What color is your sister's? Did you say sister? Okay, well, here's a yellow one with a bow in her hair. Look at the feet, too. You can't even see any toenails. He's gray and white. Okay. Here's a gray and white one. You know what that reminds me of? Phyllis Diller. Do you remember her wild hair? That is cute. They're very cute. They look like they're wearing, those, I don't know what they're called, but like in cheerleading or band where they put the fluffy stuff over their boots or even for skates. That's what it reminds me of. And they got one matching on their head. Tutu. Pom pom. Okay. Yeah. So Lorelai, your sister has a chicken. You've got a whale bird in your yard. You said somewhere you had something about horses, I thought, unless I dreamt that. We're a big horse family. So is that what you have at your house is horses, or do you have any pets? Her other chickens are jealous because well, of course they are. Of course they are. They know he's a chicken. That's kind of like the little Chihuahua or Yorkie that gets to sleep on the bed and the lab has to sleep on the floor. They know. Oh, okay. Well, do you have any indoor pets, Lorelai? Oh, that's sad. They don't live as long as little dogs do. I had a black lab in the 90s named Jackie, and I couldn't keep her because we had a golden retriever first. That was our first dog. And Jackie was big and she was very aggressive, only toward the dog, not toward the kids, not toward us, but she was biting her on the back, leaving little marks that looked like BB holes. And she ended up living on a horse ranch. We were both diagnosed with cancer in the same week in 2021. Oh my goodness. So, are you in remission or recovering, or are you sicker, or how are you? Oh my goodness. No, hold on. She took care of me even though she went through chemo and lost a leg. So your dog lost a leg. Oh my gosh. How traumatic for both of you. Oh, I'm I'm sorry you're not doing so well. Do you have a husband, Lorelai? Oh, oh my goodness. I can't imagine going through what you're going through all by yourself. Well, I guess you have a sister fairly close, but in your same home. I'm sure you've heard this a lot, but the lady named Lorelai on the Gilmore Girls. I love that show. He left me in 2010 after 25 years of marriage. Did he get remarried? Did he get a new model, a new younger model of female? Figures. And a lot of the men that do that realize years later they made a mistake. Does he know you're sick, or are you still in contact with him? Traded you for an antique. Oh, maybe he wanted to be taken care of then? He needed a mommy? That's a lot. Does she have money then? Oh. Well, what about children? Do you have children, Lorelai? My childhood sweetheart since age 14. Yikes. Estranged daughter. I'm speechless. That's not common for me. How old is your daughter? Does she have children? Paula. And she's dried up too, Paula. She's 35. Okay. Yeah, that's the best thing you can do, Lorelai. It's the best thing you can do. I'm hearing all these, or seeing all these videos coming up on YouTube talking about September 23rd. And people are doing crazy things like selling their houses, selling their cars, pulling all their money out of the bank. And they're not listening to what it says in the Bible, which is only the Father knows. They're being ridiculous. The woman was my best friend from our church. He was the pastor. Go figure. Oh my goodness. Well, you need to write a book. That'd be a good movie. Yes, exactly. I don't want to mess his name up. Lara Veman. And if it would happen to be on that day, if you are doing what you're supposed to be doing and you believe that Jesus died on the cross for our sins and he rose again and he is your savior, you're forgiven, all the things it says in the Bible, there is nothing to worry about, and there's nothing you can do to stop it anyway if you wanted to. Let me see. Sorry, don't mean to bring you down, but I can't relive it. Hey, Lorelai, we're here. If you need to talk, you just keep on going, because sometimes just saying it takes some of the sting out of it, takes some of the, I can't think of the word I want. You just feel better. You just feel better talking to people, even if we're shocked, because I am shocked, because it's a bad situation. Exactly. Jesus will return when it's time. And it's not on our time, it's on his time. And I'm surprised he's been as patient as he has with all of the shenanigans we've been pulling down here on earth. Thank you. It gets lonely, but I have my parents and 2 sisters, of course, God. Yes. Oh, you've been retired for 3 years. I'm going to try to say this name. Laraviman? Laraviman? Probably saying it completely wrong. I retired this May. It's really been nice. I've really enjoyed myself. This is my hobby, YouTube. Do you, Lorelei? I don't know. If you look back through history, people have predicted it over the years. And so I don't know. I don't know at all. Oh, it's a guitar brand. Okay. Well, I guess I can look it up later to see how to pronounce it if I remember. Yes, that's right, Paula. We're glad you're here, Lorelei. Yeah, I know what you mean. The way the world's going, it seems like he will return. But boy, the whole world's been through a lot of stuff. Wars and famines and uh, depressions, and I mean, it's been bad before, and it's recuperated. So who knows? You're a retired Fed. Ooh, we're good. We're good. I promise. DOD. What does that mean? DOD. I don't know what that means. Dollar Tree is your happy place. It's getting a little more expensive, isn't it? Department of Defense. Okay. So do you miss work? Because I imagine to get into that line of work, you liked it. You do? How old are you? Oh, wait. What are you answering yes to? Yes and no. Military ex-wife. Lorelei. Oh, what? I'm not understanding. You don't miss it. Okay, that's good. That's good. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Are you here in the States then? Like, you still live here? Okay. Well, you've been busy with the government then, huh? Hey, Rick, how are you? Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate it. I have 6 people here now and 7 likes. Thank you. Guitar Man says, yeah. Lorelei says, yes, I was upset about the price increase. Yeah, I imagine they're getting charged more too. You are right. We can't complain. God is good. My husband and I were talking about that just today, that if you have a roof over your head and you have food to eat, just do not complain. I know I've been through worse times than I'm in right now, but they made me strong. Lorelei says, when I'm up to it, I just like to mosey around. Yeah, I've gone in there. I have grandsons that are 5 and 3, and I go in there for some crafty type stuff for them. I'm just going to say guitar because I can't say that. My wife is also a retired vet. Oh my goodness. Was she Department of Defense also? I bet you guys had some interesting conversations at the dinner table over the years. Wow. Is that where you met? Thank you, Rick. I appreciate it. I met my husband at work too. We were hush hush for a while, and then we weren't. He's still working. I hate to say this to Lorelai, but my husband's 8 years younger than I am. Not 17 though. And he's way more mature than I am. Lorelai says her and her friend were looking for guys. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Lorelai did say that. Guitar said that. Oh, Officer and a Gentleman just popped into my head. Those girls, you know? Lorelai. No, seriously, he's the one that don't do that. Don't do that. And I'll be, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. After the Navy, I worked the next 38 years as a Navy civilian. Nice. I wasn't in the military. My dad was. My dad was in the Air Force. He worked on the airplanes. We were in California and Puerto Rico. Weapons integration aircraft. Paula, that is one of the few movies that I bought. St. Elmo's Fire, Officer and a Gentleman. I don't know. I only have a handful of movies, and they're in the top. The department head for security. Nice. Ben. Lorelai, yes, I love the 80s. I've been doing little short videos on things from the 70s, and I just made a list out to do for tomorrow's video. I'm really enjoying it. I mean, I know we had a good time growing up. I mean, hopefully most of us did. I mean, not all the time, but talking about, music, games, toys, all the things that we cherished and we loved when we were young. Best movies, best music, best clothes. Oh my goodness. Yes. I loved bell bottoms and the really low waisted ones. I had a pair of red ones it had a little flap that came down in the front and it had buttons that came up, white buttons that came up. Loved that. And I had a pair of lavender bell bottoms. It had white dinkle balls around the bottom. Loved them. The elephant pants, llama jeans, tie dye. Let's see. Having two pensions is great. That's what I thought. I bet it is. Rick, I don't know how to say that name, but he said it's a guitar. So Rick meet guitar, guitar meet Rick. Lorelai says, oh yes, my mom used to cut the jean bottom leg area and add in material to flare out. Yes, I forgot about that. And halter tops and tube tops. I don't know, did tube tops last longer than halter tops did? I loved halter tops. Wicked cool. And then we had the long feathered hair, like everybody trying to look like Farrah Fawcett. And I remember leaving the house one time and my dad said, your face, your hair, and your makeup look great. Your shirt's okay. Your jeans are all walked on the bottom. They're all shredded. And your shoes look terrible. You look good at the top and you get worse the further you go down. But I thought it looked good. Feather earrings. Yeah, everything does come back around. Okay, Larravee, I guess I'm saying that right, is the brand. Okay. I guess you play guitar then. Rick says, retired Marine here, 25 years, and then got government contractor for another 25. Wow, 50 years. That's a long time. The job I retired from, I was there for 31 years. And that felt like a long time. Semper Fi. I grab my drink. Rick says, love those short videos. Mother says, yeah. I'm glad you guys do. They're really fun to make. I know they're short and you're supposed to make your videos at least 8 or 10 minutes or something. And it's just not as much fun. Get on and say a little bit, interact with the people in the comments. And I think that's the best. Lorelei says, I worked as a civilian nurse at the Navy hospital. Wow. You know, people have said this before. I'm going to say it again. It's such a small world. We have so much in common if we just ask the questions. I'm not going to be able to say that either. Camp. I don't know how to say that, Jay. So I'll leave it alone. We're coming up on 47 minutes. Do you guys want to get off of here and finish your night? Like June. Okay, so June. I'm sorry. I'm so bad. Oh, good. I was trying to help Tracy on the Wild West pronounce Lubbock, Texas, because Sally's son lives in Lubbock, and she was calling it Lubbock or something like that. And so I put Labuck, and she was like, Lubbock. And I was like, say it faster, say it faster. She's like, Lubbock, Lubbock, Lubbock. Semper Fi again. Yes, Rick does have a channel too. Lorelei, do you have a channel? Because I know I've seen your name before, but I've never looked you up. Oh, no channel. Okay. Well, I'm not shy, but I really felt shy talking to the camera. And the longer I've been on here and I've gotten to know some of the people, I just feel like I'm talking to them anyway. And if I make a mistake, it's just they can laugh then, and I feel better. Oh, are you, Lorelei? Don't you just love Cynthia? She is so funny. And she can really make it interesting and talk about the simplest things. Her channel grew really, really fast. Yes, I do too. Did you watch her telephone museum video? Yes, you're on there too, Debbie Sue. Because you two ladies are alone. But she has can't think of her dog's name at the moment. Because I know she'll keep calling her Buffy from time to time, and it's not Buffy. It's, if she would have never said the other name, Quinny. She was Quinny. Yes. And Quinny is just a big baby, isn't she? Big Great Dane baby. It's Rick. Her channel is called Senior Insights, and I think she's 76 or 77, and she lives up in Maine, and she is by herself with her dog, and she lives on a lake, and she just gets a cup of coffee and sits at her desk, or iced tea and sits at her desk. Sometimes she runs 2 videos a day. She runs one every morning for sure. She has a board meeting on Saturdays, and she acts like you're in the room with her. She's like, get a chair, get a place to sit. Don't fight over them, ladies. And she's pretty funny. Okay, Holden, Maine. I didn't know where she lived in Maine. Rick said it's 11:24 p.m. here in Virginia. Well, it's 10:24 here in Texas. Oh, nice. So Debbie Sue, meet Rick. Debbie Sue has a channel also. She's pretty new. And don't you find, even though you're by yourself, Lorelai, that it just brings in a whole community of friends to chat with? Like, you feel like you know them, because I mean, the lives do help. That's really where I've gotten to know some of the ladies, is being on here, hearing them speak, and to what we're typing. Thank you, Lorelai. It is fun. I feel I'm not good at lives yet. This is my 4th one, and I always feel like someone's at the front door trying to leave, and I keep holding them, going, oh, I got one more thing. I got one more thing. So if you guys want to go, feel free to go, and then I'll just shut it off. When I'm at chemo for 4 hours, I need to watch you all. Oh, well, that's nice. You can watch. Oh, there we go. I was making sure Debbie saw her question. And I have a question for you, Debbie Sue. Do you go by Debbie Sue all the time, or is that just your name and you go by Debbie? Because I know I keep shortening it, and I don't know if it's a no-no if it's full Debbie Sue. Lorelai, you are kind. Everybody on here has been kind. Hey, Lorelai, did you see the live that Cynthia did, that she didn't know her camera turned on, and it filmed like her kitchen dark all night long, and then in the morning she comes out as it's getting light to make coffee? Wasn't that funny? And I sat there for a long time watching it, and then I fast forward, and that's how I got to the kitchen. So I realized the thing was just on overnight. It was so funny. And I never saw a video where she mentioned it. Did you see her mention it? Because I think it got deleted, but she didn't bring it up to anybody. Debbie Sue says, my family always called me Debbie Sue, but you can call me Debbie. Okay. I didn't want to insult you. Lorelai says no. What did I? Oh, she didn't bring it up. Okay, that's what you're answering no to. I know, and I wanted to call her out on that. Maybe she'll watch this. I don't know if she will, but if she's gonna, I'm gonna hear about it, because she does bring me up sometimes in her videos. Not in a bad way, but maybe now she will. Well, go to bed, Lorelai. I need to go get in the shower and then go to bed pretty soon. I think I'm going to wait till 11, but I'm not going to stay on here that long. Good night, Lorelai. Thank you for stopping by. And I hope that little bird gets back inside somewhere. Thank you for trying to look after it. Me too. Me too. Yeah, I've made a post for 2 of my lives. No, maybe one. It didn't seem to make a difference, so I just decided to hop on here. So, Debbie and Rick, are you done talking? Can we close this? Because I think there's 3 people now, so. Debbie's still talking? Yes, we can close it. Are you done, Rick? Maybe he's not here to tell me he's done. Now there's 4 people on. And I have 8 likes. That's so nice. Thank you, Rick. Good night, everybody. Have a good week. Where do I? Oh, there we go. Bye.